Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be exploring 3 true forest trail horror encounters that ended in disappearance. So let's get into it. Our first story comes from Reddit user Haunted by this. I was hiking by myself on a trail that is moderately difficult with some elevation gain. I am part of a search and rescue team in a rural area. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Also, if you have a scary trail experience, share it with us in the comments so we can read it. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We get a lot of calls for lost hikers. This one call came in late at night. The lady had been missing for a few hours already. We quickly assembled a team and headed to the trailhead. We found her shoes about 100 meters into the woods off the trail. Not a good sign, but not a surefire sign of foul play either. The trail was well worn, so it wasn't unusual to lose your footing and have a shoe come off. We called out her name as we went in, just in case she was alive and scared and hadn't hurt herself badly. We found her camera about 200 meters in. She had taken a picture just before she went off the trail. It was dark and the camera was useless, so we left it. Where we found it, we soon found her jacket, which had her name on it, and then her ripped jeans and a ripped t-shirt. Still nothing that gave us any indication of what had happened. We combed the area for about 2 hours, but we didn't find her. We didn't find any tracks coming out of the forest either. It was like she fell into a sinkhole and vanished. We still haven't found her, and it's been 3 years. We suspect a mountain lion or a bear got her, but we'll never know for sure. It's probably 1.5 miles in. There's a switchback on the trail, and when you come around the switchback, there's a really cool view of the valley below. It's not a 360 view, but it's a really nice view nonetheless. As I got to the switchback, I saw a guy about my age standing on the trail taking pictures of the view. I thought nothing of it. I said, "Hi, how's it going?" And he responded with an indistinguishable grunt. He had his hood up, and he was dressed very plainly. All I could see was a pair of bright blue eyes. I continued on my way, and about 10 minutes later came to the same switchback. The same guy was still standing there taking pictures. I couldn't see his face still, but I could see the top of his head. His hair was long and white, almost silver. I stopped and asked him if he was lost or something, because he seemed out of place, and I didn't think anyone else would be on the trail for another hour or so. He looked at me, and for the briefest of moments, I could have sworn his eyes were a glowing white, but maybe that was just the reflection of the light. He said no, he was fine, and I should keep going. I did keep going, and about 5 minutes later, I turned around to get a glimpse of what he was looking at, and maybe that's why he was standing there so long. But when I looked over, I saw myself standing there taking pictures of the view. I stopped and stared. I don't even remember what I took a picture of, because when I look at the picture, all I see is myself. It's like I was never there. It was the weirdest experience I've ever had. I don't believe in ghosts, but damn, it sure felt like I had an encounter with one. Our next story comes from reader Kathleen M. In the early 90s, my now ex-husband and I decided to move from Chicago to Colorado. We had just gotten married, were very much in love, and thought we were going to live happily ever after. One day while we were living there, we decided to go for a hike. We found a local trail not too far from our home, and off we went. About halfway through the hike, we heard some people laughing hysterically up ahead. Being young and in love, we started to run up the path towards the sound. The voices became louder and the laughter more insane. Then they abruptly stopped. We kept running, thinking we would find some cool, funny people. Nope. All we found was a big rock monolith with nothing around it. We sat on the rock for a while, just waiting to hear the laughter again, but it never started up again. We ended up turning back and slowly walking down the path. About halfway down, we heard some very faint screams in the forest. We looked around to try and pinpoint where they came from, but couldn't figure it out. When we finally got home, we couldn't stop talking about the hike. I told my husband I never wanted to go back there. Well, he didn't listen, and he went back by himself several times. On one of those trips, he took some pictures. Later, when he tried to develop the film, the photos were unusable. They were all just black. Since then, he has never gone back, and neither have I. Now, many years later, he still won't tell me what he saw or heard on that trail. For our final story today, we can go back to haunted Bithus. That was our 3 true forest trail horror encounters that ended in disappearance.